Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails through Azure. First thing, let's recap the last exploration. And we start with Sunshine Agnes book in America. Earlier, while I was checking out a book in the city, I also bought the latest volume of an ongoing series I've been reading. It wasn't until after that I realized I'd somehow missed a chapter. I don't want to spoil myself, so would you mind taking this off my hands? And then we have several cutscenes. First, Teal's first view of a plaza in front of Orcus Tower. I could see the tower clearly from my seat last night before landing at the airport, and yet it appears even grander up close. If that's exactly how we felt yesterday. Crossbear's really put itself on the map with this one. Yeah, but don't you think it's a little too big? I mean, what they're even gonna use all those floors for? The old City Hall's building is like a dollhouse compared to this, and it did their job just fine. True, but the tower features more than just governmental facilities alone. In addition to housing the administration of the city and state, there are floors dedicated to international trade and cultural exchange. You could say the aim was to make Orcus Tower the center of Western Zamuria itself. Dang, talk about shooting for the moon. It makes sense when you think about it. That's why they're hosting this trade conference as their first major event. Don't forget, this building's completion is going to lead to an even more financial and information capital flowing into Crossbell. That'll be a handy bargaining chip when we're discussing new trade agreements, I imagine. Yes, from what I heard. Though potential benefits might not be limited to just economic gain. Anyway, what do you all want to do? We're scheduled to meet Dudley on the first floor at noon. Of course, but we do still have some time before then. Alright, how about we take care of any unfinished business and prep work in the meantime? We don't want to be in a bind if it hits the fan this afternoon. Good point, it's not like we're able to leave once the conference is underway. Very well, let us make sure to tie up any loose ends before we enter. Then, Fran is very grateful for the autograph of Captain Schwartz. Theo, you're finally home! Yes, thankfully. It's good to see you again, Fran. I missed you. Same here. So this means the SSS finally full power, huh? You guys look unstoppable. I'm going to be expecting big, huge things from you. We'll do what we can, Fran. Oh wait, there's one other thing I wanted to bring up. A little birdie told me that someone got Captain Julia Schwartz's autogram for me. Thank you so much, Noe. Don't mention it. It was the least I could do. Sorry you went there to meet her too. I'll give it to you once things settle down a bit. Yeah, I can't wait. I'd almost forgotten that Ellie and Noel asked for her autograph when we met aboard our sail. And I'm so thankful she agreed. The senior captain and crown princess couldn't have been any kinder. Why am I not surprised that Fran is just as big a fan of Julia as her sister? Of course I am. Senior Captain Schwartz is so dignified and cool. What girl wouldn't look up to her? But don't get me wrong, Noe is still my #1 role model. No one is cooler than her. Hey, knock it off. Oh, seriously, Fran. How can you just say something like that? I hardly deserve to be compared to someone in the car. I guess even the senior captain can steal the top spot in Fran's heart away from Noel. I don't know what I was expecting. You familiar with Pom Party, right? I picked it up myself. We can play together sometime if you want. Friends Pom Party account info. The last thing I need is having to defend one of us from angry Julia fans because of your heresy. Maybe we'll make a rivalry out of it. You could end up with an ardent fan club of your own one day. See, Vasi gets it. For ideas' sake, don't encourage him. Then Kia has found a new hobby. Ah, here is he. That little girl was looking for a book, so I helped her out. Gotta say though, it's wonderful to see someone so young take an interest in history. As a student in the field myself, I couldn't be happier about it. Ah, here we go, and got it. Looking for something in particular, Kia? Oh, hey, guys. Yeah, I've been gathering up all the books with folktales in them. I finished reading one and now I can't get enough. Let's see here. Crossbell through the Middle Ages, Crossbell and Runes, Learning from the Past. Wait, those aren't folktales, whereas they are history books. Your reading level is remarkable, Kia. I'll say, ever think about becoming a researcher when you grow up, kiddo? You really think I could do it? Okay, Mom. oh God, Bazi, no. Okay, Mama Bonia and Dad Vart, how about you let little Kia Bell have her autonomy? Hey Lord, look at this book. It has a picture of a huge bell in the central square. It says that the bell originally hung at the Sun Fort. Wow, I wonder how hard it was to carry something that big into the city. Kia's just as curious as ever. I'm looking forward to seeing where it takes her when she goes up. And Risha is taking a day off. Ah, hello SSS. Hey Risha, home for some rest and relaxation? Just a little. I have to take care of something at City Hall later, so I'm taking this opportunity to unwind. Oh, I see you with a team again, Theo. When did you get back to town? I returned to the SSS yesterday evening. I was here Archon Sale put on a performance for the dignitaries last night. No doubt you all did a great job. Was it nerve-wracking? I'll admit it felt a tad different from our usual shows. Not only that, but Sully made her stage debut, albeit in a minor role. She was so nervous about it too. Ilya acted the same as ever though. No surprise there. I can't imagine anything rattling that firecracker. It's true, Ilya's confidence never wavers when it comes to the limelight. I find it hard to picture someone like me could ever match her dedication. I don't know about that. Ilya Platier isn't really a fair standard to hold yourself to, as far as performers go. She's got a point. That woman isn't just a star, she's one of her generation's greatest virtuosos in the field. That said, I still think you've got what it takes to surpass Ilya one day, Risha. The way you saved that cat when it fell from the chandelier yesterday was incredible. That's very kind of you to say. I don't know how to explain it. It was like my body moved all on its own. Speaking of which, the girl from yesterday, her name was Charlie, correct? I heard she was Wendy's cousin. What kind of girl is she, if you don't mind my asking? You want to know about her? This is tough. It would be careless to tell Risha the truth. We don't want her getting more involved with Shirley than necessary. Well, let's just say she's a troublemaker who does whatever she damn well pleases. The girl's a real pain in the ass. Nothing good can come from getting mixed up with her. So you better be careful. She looked like she took a real shine to you, Risha. I'll say, Ellie knows for a fact how dicey that can get, but maybe a bit of a touchy subject. Enough already. Can we please stop bringing that up? Bloody Shirley. It's only a matter of time before she crosses paths with Yin. Something wrong, Risha? Oh, it's nothing. I'll take what you said to heart. I have more than enough experience fending off Ilya, so I think I'll be able to keep her advances at bay. Well, whatever works. You have my sympathies, Risha. I should go to City Hall and make sure everything's in order. Thanks again for the warning about Shirley, everyone. I have more than enough experience fending off Ilya, so I think I'll be able to catch. Then we have another meeting with Princess Claudia at the cathedral graveyard. I'm sure you know Julia, but you have an old friend who was appointed to the cathedral not long ago. Yes, I inquired to one of the other sisters. It seems she's teaching a class outside the cathedral today. Oh, is that right? I would have liked the opportunity to see her today. We still owe her a debt for her help back then. Princess Claudia! And Senior Captain Schwartz too. Oh. There they are. Hello everyone, we meet again. Drew and I have been expecting you. Pardon? How did you know we were coming? Physik. We have him monitoring our surroundings from up in the sky. He alerted us to your arrival at the cathedral just now. You mean the White Falcon we met yesterday? Wow, he really is amazing. Seek is a recognized informant of a royal guard after all. But enough about that. What brings you all here today? Honestly, we're just doing our rounds. No real reason for stopping by or anything. It's quite the twist of fate running into Your Highness and the senior captain again so soon. Are you here to pay your respects? That's right. The cemetery is the final resting place for generations of those who have lost their lives in Crossbow. I wanted to come and see them before today's conference, not just to honor their memory, but to come to terms with the true costs and repercussions of a crossbow problem. The crossbow problem. That phrase is used to describe Arabonia and Calvert's feud over which of them has rightful ownership of crossbow, correct? Yes, though it's hardly a phrase you'd hear crossbellants use themselves. The conflict has given rise to decades of tension, placing the two at the brink of war, with Crossbow right between them. The signing of a non-aggression pact in Liberal 2 years ago only calmed things on the surface. Both major powers still... My apologies, Your Highness. I didn't mean to sound so rude. No, everything you've said is the truth, Ellie. The purpose of Grandmothers of Queen Alicia's non-aggression pact was to prevent the Empire and Republic from resorting to military force. But allows Crossbow to breathe a sigh of relief. The threat of war finally dissipated. But in its place came unseen political pressure from the two major powers, pressure that has greatly affected the Crossbow state government. Because of that, it would be far too naive to claim the non-aggression pact solved the Crossbow problem. It merely shifted the field of battle. Your Highness. But that doesn't mean the non-aggression pact has been meaningless. The Empire and Republic were still performing large-scale military exercises at our borders when I enlisted in the CGF. And I'll never be able to forget the terror of having those Imperial railway guns pointed at Crossbow City. She's right, if war had broken out and the Empire pulled the trigger, countless Crossbellan lives would have been lost. Shortcomings aside, avoiding a tragedy like that is more than enough to justify the signing of a pact. Either way, it's nothing you need to worry your pretty little head about, wouldn't you say, Your Highness? Seriously, Vasi? You can't tell a crown princess to just get over it. That's alright. I know there's no sense in living in the past forever. That's why I plan to use the trade conference as an opportunity to discuss Crossbow's future. Coming here today was the final step in strengthening my resolve before doing so. Though I suppose it's a bit selfish of me to make more work for Yulia and the Royal Guardsmen. Please, Your Highness, it was no trouble at all. If you don't mind my saying, Princess Claudia, you have an incredible strength of character. Yes, I envy the bright future that Libel clearly has in store. The two of you are too kind. If I may interrupt, Your Highness, the designated time is approaching. Oh, you're right. My apologies, Julia. Let us make our way to Orcus Tower. We have to bid you farewell for now, Special Support Section. For I suppose we'll be crossing paths again soon. I understand you're working security during the conference? That's right. The SSS will be making every effort to keep all of you safe. We'll leave it in your capable hands then. See you at Orcus Tower, ladies and gentlemen. And last but not least, the Guardian Force is preparing counter-terrorism measures. And that's what we learned from our vetted source at the CPD. It would be wise to presume that terrorists will attempt to infiltrate the conference in some fashion. Dealing with them will be troublesome, no doubt. Very well, we'll strengthen security at Tangram Gate and remain vigilant. Please do. You should also be aware that there is a possibility they will attempt to enter by airship. Make good use of a surveillance facility set up near your end of the border. The anti-aircraft radar, you mean? Understood. I'll contact the officer on duty immediately. From the sound of it, the commander and deputy commander are discussing security strategy. Yes, it would appear counter-terrorism measures are being given top priority. May I say something about radars? Wasn't it where the CGF had gizmos like that now? As I recall, they were stationed near each of the border gates. I've never personally handled them though. The Foundation installed them in Crossbow a while back, I'm told. They are high-performance devices and should thus provide sufficient airspace coverage within the state. That's impressive. I suppose we can rest a tiny bit easier with those things around. Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes trades to Azure. We currently are on the way to the Moon Temple because we heard that Ries, the priestess, the nun, went to Mainz but should be back already, but she isn't, and the people in Mainz say she left already. And last exploration, she was curious about this Moon Temple here, so where I go to look if she's here. There she is. Oh, the bell is glowing. By the sinner it was rung. Thus did its ominous clangor resound, heralding the start of an era of chaos. An excerpt from a book of letters introductory verse, Sound of Awakening. Wait, isn't that Ries? Oh, you have a special support section. Long time no see. And who is this? Alright, she's a sister of the Septian Church. We met her a little while back. My name is Ries Argent. Pleased to meet you. So tell us, what the heck's a lady of a cloth like yourself been doing in a place like this? Good question. All entry to these ruins has been prohibited by the CGF. Well, I happen to be teaching a class in Mainz today. But on my way back, I heard a peculiar sound coming from this direction. A sound? Lloyd, do you think... Yeah, the bell must be resonating again. Theo, do you sense anything inside? Only faintly. But yes, I can confirm that the higher elements have returned to the premises. That can't be. Could someone have tampered with the bell, maybe? I take this is the place where people have been reporting all those ghosts before. Ghosts? Excuse me, but would you mind explaining that to me in detail? Sure. LoH recounted their previous investigation of a temple. So that's the whole of it. Now I understand. A mysterious ruin where the three higher elements are active. Ries? Sorry, don't mind me. Circumstances being what they are, I need to stop that bell from ringing as soon as possible. So if you would please excuse me until next we meet. Huh? Up and over. Wait, Ries, what are you? As I said, I'm going to stop that bell. Quelling the lost souls of the dead is one of the many responsibilities of the church. Well, yeah, but... Come on, Lloyd, say something. Don't you think it would be better for us to take care of this sort of thing? I agree. The presence of the higher elements indicates a strong chance that fiends may be lurking within. You're both right. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be strolling around in. That may be true, but... Is there something wrong, Ellie? No, you're right. This is almost certainly going to be dangerous. Could you do us a favor and leave this to the SSS? Well, if that's the way it has to be, then I'm going to have to insist that you allow me to accompany you. I'm quite skilled in thaumaturgy, so you can rest assured that I won't be in your way. She's a stubborn one, ain't she? What's the call? I don't think she's going to take no for an answer. We'll just have to bring her along then. We've investigated the temple before, so it should be easier than last time. Then again, are you going to be okay doing this again, Ellie? Oh, please, you don't need to worry about me. Like you said, you've done this before. I'll be fine so long as I'm mentally prepared. So in other words, she isn't fine at all. Anyway, is this arrangement alright with you, Ries? Yes, it is. I'm glad to have your company. Quest Dark Side of a Moon started. Ries joined the party as a guest. She must not go KO. Door sealed. It won't open. We'll have to look for a different way. Last time this door was the one that was locked and had to be opened from within. I feel the presence of the three higher elements quite strongly here. Though it's not as if I'm a stranger to that sensation. Oh? I'm impressed. I suppose people from the church really can sense these things. You would be correct. Many of our people have learned to sense spiritual presences. Speaking of which, I have a question for Theo. You possess a similar ability, don't you? In a manner of speaking, in my case, it would be better described as an induced sensitivity rather than inherent to me. My apologies. Perhaps that was a bit insensitive of me? Not to worry, it was a perfectly natural question. Ries may be more similar to Theo than I realized. Anyway, it's clear that the way forward isn't going to be easy. Let's brace ourselves. Thankfully, we shouldn't have to deal with a gimmick again to unlock the door in the chapel. It'll be easier to reach a belfry with that out of the way. Alright then, make sure to watch your 6. Don't want any nasty ghouls creeping up on us. Oh, I just know I'm going to enjoy this. This is like getting a free round of Michelin's famous horror coaster. Would you knock it off, Fuzzy? Or you leave me no choice but to knock you upside the head. Oh my, do you frighten easily with these sort of things, perhaps? Don't act like you didn't know. Anyway, even though we've investigated this place before, it's very possible that there's some new surprises at work here. Let's take it one step at a time and not get ahead of ourselves. Roger. Before we begin, there's something that's been bothering me for a while now. If I may ask, what is that sugary sweet scent wafting off of you, Lloyd? Huh? Could it be the maple muffins that Kia made for us yesterday? We couldn't eat them all, so we ended up with plenty extras. Oh, I think you're right. They kept their scent after an entire day of travel. Such is the magic of Kia's cooking, I suppose. Ries? Was that you just now? Please forgive me, I haven't had a chance to eat since leaving Sunday school. You see, it's been a ravenous time for me. Would you perhaps be so kind as to share one of those muffins with me? Sure, I guess. If you're okay with leftovers for this? Lloyd handed over a maple muffin to Ries. Delicious. Guess that's one more satisfied customer for Kia. This muffin is filled to the brim with radiant qualities of warmth and joy. But I feel just awful taking it for free. Perhaps I could offer you this in return? A burst orb. This was given to me by my superior before I was assigned here. I trust you make good use of it. Thank you, Ries. We appreciate it. Alright, let's pull ourselves together and keep moving forward. Hammer Dwarf. A malicious dwarf fiend with a hammer can cause various status ailments. Vargem. Guide to the Underworld hums a gloomy song which invites death to all who hear it. Fine, I give up. Trying to get away.
おっしゃぜ
私の番そこ
行くぞそこだ
行きますそこです
行くぞまだまだ行ける
そこ
We have just a quartz fragment anyway. The truth of the Amurian content is that Adios, this chest message has been confiscated by the Congregation for the Sacraments. Wasn't there an exclamation mark here? Oh well. We started here, right? So... There's a... Ah, this was it. Door still shut. We can't get out here. Okay. Good, then let's take this door. Still shut. Still shut, yeah. These side rooms cannot be entered this time. Damn it. Wind Fairy, a wind spirit that loves pranks, spreads sleep-inducing dust. Hey. You just... Kann ich machen.
Ja! 奇襲成功チャンスです。私の番です。エニグマクロ。
俺の番だな。知ってや。
私の番ですね。は？
俺の番だな。
や。
Dead man, a ghost risen from Gehenna, happily steals the vitality of a living.
おっしゃ。戦闘終了。全員無事だな。
Don't know much about the orbital net, but cloud storage sounds like heresy. Chestkin should not infringe upon the domain of Chestius, she who stores above. Thanks, Ries.
任 任せろ。はっ、
世話が焼ける。俺の番だな。
行きます。
俺の番だな。はっ、おととい来やがれってな。
やー、敵出現。やっちゃいましょう。そこです。私の番ですね。はあ、
行くぞ。
助かりました。
そこだ。
おっしゃ。暗いな。
そこだ。
行きます。よ
オ
ーし。
行くぞ。
Skullhead. A will of a wisp will always explode when defeated.
任せろ。そこだ。ま、これが実践の差ってやつかね。
そこ。やー、そこ。
敵発見。一気に決めるぞ。
行きます。やー、行きます。そこ。
俺の番。はっ、うわっ、はっ、ちょろいぜ。
そこ。
You
みん
get
な
nothing.
先に進もう。
やー。
Open? Open. Good. Okay, you're all back. Now, can we go through this door? No.
そこ。
Boss room? Oh, that took a while. You know, Ellie, you're looking a lot less pale this time around. I suppose it does help having Ries here with us. Well, it's only natural to feel safe in presence of a sister from the Septian Church. Yeah, that was a place of worship like any other back in the day. But again, with a cutie like her around, I've already got the answer to all of my prayers. That was forced at best. Ries, did you notice something? This crest on the floor caught my eye. Isn't the same one that belonged to that cult? Oh, so you know about them? You're right, I think they used this crest back in the Middle Ages. It presumably played a role in the bloody rituals they conducted. Reminds me of what happened to us the last time we were here. The bell rang all on its own and a devil spawned right on top of that crest. Don't tell me. I sense an exceptionally wicked presence. Jinxed it, Randy. Jinxed it. Not again. Damn, speak of a devil never felt this literal. Me and my big mouth. Exercise caution, its spiritual energy far exceeds that of a one we faced previously. Here it comes.
行きましょう。皆さん。了解です。
Archdevil is preparing to cast an art.
ターゲットを捕捉しました。情報を入手しました。
Immune to everything. Archdevil, dream devil that slowly corrupts people. A single swing of its claws terrifies foes.
私の番ですね。そこ。
俺の番だな。ぜえ。任せぜえ。
よし。 行くぞ。
行きます。目標を撃破します。それ。はあ。これで終わりです。
よし。
Maybe stun mode? Super recovery. And a heel turn. Demonic claw. Okay.
行きます。ドライブ開始。
任せてくれ。やっでや。
おっしゃ。これで終わりだ。暗い。悪い。
行きます。やあ。援護するわ。
Yeah, that was not so useful.
行くぞ。行くぞ。ランディ。
やってん承知だ。
やっぜー。でや。
バーニングレイジ。
がっ。よし、もう大丈夫だ。
Oh, he pulled it off somehow. Come on, we're the best in the business. It never stood a chance. I recognize a bluff when I hear one. Wait, don't stop breathing easy just yet. More of them? We couldn't even keep the first one down, and now there's more? Those fiends. They must be members of the undead. Permanently vanquishing them might not be possible with the weapons and arts we currently have at our disposal. That can't be. Damn, what a pain in the ass. Well, we'd better find out how to take them down with what we've got, or else... Pull back for now, Ries. Just stay between us and we'll make sure to keep you safe, no matter... Actually, that won't be necessary. Huh? Fly! Infinity Sparrows! What? Well... She eliminated those fiends in no more than a few seconds. And now, the final touch. Whoa. She's purifying them? Lloyd, that magic circle just now? Yeah, it's like the one that Father Kevin used at the Altair Lodge. Ries, does it mean you're... I take that to mean you didn't tell them about my true identity, Ellie? No, I've kept quiet about it. It didn't seem like the kind of information I should share. I appreciate that. I believe the Archbishop already has his suspicions about this. But the truth is I belong to a secret order within the church. The Gralsritter. It's a sect within the Congregation of the Sacraments, tasked with a collection of artifacts. The Gralsritter. That's the same order Father Kevin belongs to. You must be referring to Kevin Graham, correct? It just so happens that I'm one of the squires working under him. The original plan was for him to come to Crossbow and conduct an investigation into what's going on behind the scenes. But the Archbishop would never have allowed him to set foot in the cathedral, so I came in his place. I do recall him mentioning the Archbishop's vendetta. That would explain why you're here. The situation with the Moon Temple is just one of many things you're delving into. Man, though, sounds like the church ain't such a big happy family behind the stained glass. No, shameful as it is to admit. I'm going to make my way into the belfry to continue my investigation. If you'd like to know more, then I invite you to follow me. I would be interested in hearing your thoughts on things as well. That sounds like a wise course of action. The longer we remain here, the greater our possibility of encountering another fiend. Agreed. Let's head to the belfry. This must be the bell that was mentioned in the report. It looks almost identical to the one in Center Square. The bell's resonance produces an otherworldly aura of sorts that surrounds the entire temple. It would seem to be the cause of the spirits we encountered. Last time Wendy, No, and I were able to stop it from ringing by force, and it wasn't easy. Doing so caused the peculiar aura to disappear, but thinking back on it, something doesn't add up. Right. How would a bell this huge even start ringing by itself in the first place? Maybe someone did it on purpose after all? Perhaps. Intentional or not, let's not wait around for it to start summoning even more fiends. We can talk about this more after we stop the bell from resonating. Wendy, Vazi, mind helping me out? I hate to get my hands dirty, but if you insist, brute force it is. Stop complaining and get to it. Please wait. Physical contact is far from the safest course of action here. Step away from the bell if you would. What? That should suffice. Ries, did you just... Yes, I used a technique passed down in the church to seal away the magic. Supporting that, the presence of a higher element has vanished from the surrounding area. It's safe to assume the fiends have disappeared along with it. Not to mention our time in the spotlight. Not bad, Ries. Oh, I wouldn't say that. You are the reason I managed to get this far. And for that, you have my deepest gratitude. Thank you, everyone. I believe this should conclude our investigation into the fiends. It's been a pleasure, Ries. You've paid us out a lot today. I'll say. Besides, for a cutie like you, sister, I'd have gone to Gehenna and back. I appreciate that? Why do I bother? You tried. Pay him no mind, Ries. That one has trouble knowing when to keep his mouth shut. Changing the subject. Shall we accompany Ries back to the cathedral? That shouldn't be a problem. The SSS mobile isn't parked too far from here. We wouldn't want to impose, though. What do you think, Ries? It would be rude of me to pass up such a kind offer. Not to mention I've worked up quite an appetite. The sooner I get back to Sister Juju's cooking, the better. And we better not waste any time. Let's go. Campanella. The Growls with the special support section. Now there's an amusing collaboration. We didn't do half bad in our fun little game of prom party yesterday either. No plan is complete without some key players. But just how much will I figure into hours, I wonder? I always love having something new to look forward to. Try not to slip up, everyone. Afterwards, the SSS escorted Ries back to Crossbill Cathedral in their orbital car. Thank you for going out of your way to drive me back, everyone. It was such a smooth ride that I couldn't help but enjoy myself. Glad to hear it. By the way, Ries, not to pry, but have you told anyone at the cathedral that you are in the Growls with them? Strictly speaking, no. That said, I'm sure Archbishop Erelda has his suspicions, but as long as I keep a low profile, I should be fine. Sounds like being in the church ain't all sunshine and rainbows. Keep yourself safe, okay, Ries? And try not to stress yourself out too much. Your lovely complexion will thank you for it. Of course, you don't have anything to be concerned about. If I ever need another helping hand, I will be sure to let you all know. Same here. Alright, we should get going ourselves. Roger that. Dark Side of the Moon completed, and our car is now parked here. Okay, but that should be enough for this episode. And unless I find something else, which I don't think I will, next time we go into Orcus Tower and start our guard duty there. Until next time then, I'm Ace and don't get lost.